Let me start asking you, 2015, Prime Minister Modi was here, Silicon Valley. He had a huge meeting, met startups. Today, one of the opposition leaders, Rahul Gandhi, was here meeting with people, startups people, discussing with them on AI, data, languages, right? Why Silicon Valley? What attracts people to Silicon Valley?
Interesting you bring that up. I was fortunately part of the group that put this program together in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
I have been a long-term volunteer for Thai Silicon. So we are part of the team that put this event together in 2015 for Prime Minister Modi at the time. Um, see, you rightly said, the world wants to be here in Silicon Valley. Right from the emerging economies to the uh, Western economies, everybody wants a pie of Silicon Valley, and it's very simple. It's not about the geography. It's not just about technology. A lot of people fail to understand this. There is a mindset of Silicon Valley. Is everything has come in at the right time, at the right place, in the right equation. And here, as you must have heard this mantra many times, that failure is celebrated. Not because you fail, is that you will not repeat the same mistake again. And the learnings you get from that mistake could be incorporated into the next venture. People willing to take a risk on you. There is no collateral when people investing in you, right? Just a mind they're investing in. Whether they're angels or VCs, they're investing in your capability, in your potential, in the future. And they don't take any collateral back from you, except of course equity in the company, but there's nothing to hold on to for the money. If you go to banks or other lenders, you have to have collateral, and mine is the only collateral you're putting on the table. So that risk, and of course that risk is a smart money. The money comes with tons of experience of people. No matter which space of technology you are in, AI is the new buzzword. Even in AI, it's pretty generic, right? So people who invest, right from angels to VCs, have the wherewithal, not just with money, but also the expertise and the connectivity to take you from point A to point B to point C. And that is why it is very unique, and that is why it could not be replicated anywhere else in the world.
What are the lessons or best practices India can take from Silicon Valley?
I think we are at the cusp where we are going to be the global leaders. There's no doubt about it. India will continue to emerge and grow. And nobody can stop it, regardless of which government you support or don't support. It is not about the government. Government can only facilitate the growth. They cannot stop or change the pattern of growth. It's going to continue. We have the largest young population in the world, all educated, very smart, very brilliant people yearning to take on the world. I think what I would strongly recommend is, I travel a lot to India. I talk to a lot of young startups and young students across India. I see that the vibrance, I see the energy. Where I think we have to be very careful is, I see a lot of avarice in young people. They think because of these unicorns, it's become a sexy thing to do a startup. If you're not good at anything, then you become a startup. No, the people that we hear about in Silicon Valley who have dropped out of colleges to build multi-billion-dollar companies are very, very few. They're naturally very smart people, apply their minds and energies to singularly focused cause, and that is the companies. We cannot take that as a role model and apply across the board in India. Say it's okay to fail, it's okay not to go to college. What I can do, if I don't find a good job, I'm okay to start a startup. No, it doesn't work like that. A startup is like any other enterprise. You have to be singularly focused on the value you're creating in a market. Either you're disrupting or bringing value to your customer. If the customer is not willing to pay you, you don't have a game, right? But on that, I've seen that, instead of focusing on fundamentals, there's too much hype around it. And I think we should cut that hype. If you want a long-term growth and sustainability and India to emerge as a leader in startup space and innovation, which I think is absolutely possible, then we should be very grounded and look at fundamentals, okay, focus on those, and then look. Avarice, I use that word because it's all about money chasing money, and that is not good. Here, if you talk to 1,000 entrepreneurs, 999 of them will tell you that when they started, money was not the objective for them. It was never the objective. The objective was to solve a problem, to take a company to its success. Money is a byproduct of the success, and that needs to be inculcated in our youth. It's very, very pertinent, I think. Otherwise, I think all the ingredients are there. We have the finest education system in the world going back 70 years. All these people, the first generation of Indian Americans who came here, including the founders of Thai, they came as mostly from middle class backgrounds, got very good education at a very, very low price, including the IITs and other engineering schools. And they came, they did their masters, they worked as professionals, and then they moved into entrepreneurship at a time when none of these people here thought that Indians could become good entrepreneurs. We were the tinkering boys in the back room. So it was a huge leap of faith for Indian entrepreneurs to come, and they became very good entrepreneurs. And now you see, across Silicon Valley, is there any company where you don't see an Indian in a CXO position? It's hard to find that company, right? So it's a great achievement for us, and we should continue this progress. Now that we have done so much in the US, especially in Silicon Valley, we are spreading across to the other parts of the world, and India has to take the lead. There's no question about it. But what is important for me is, can we go down to the basics and understand the fundamentals of how to become a good engineer, a good technician, a good marketing person, all right, and a good CEO, and how do we get those things, fundamentals, grounded into our youth, and then grow from there. If the foundation isn't strong like the IITs, we won't have the fruits for a long time. So that is my request to everybody.
One last question. What would be your message to both the Prime Minister Modi, and you already spoke to Rahul Gandhi here?
Oh, I don't know if I am at that level to give any advice. These are very, very learned people, very well connected. Leadership is not easy, especially for a country like India. It's a huge country. Now we are the largest population in the world. We have multiple countries within our country. If it were to divide it like Europe, it would be so many countries. So to bring all of that together and run is not an easy job, whether it's Prime Minister Modi or Rahul Gandhi, who's aspiring to be the next, leader of the country. Regardless, I think I'm not good at politics, but I think as a leader, they have this huge heritage, 5,000 plus year heritage at their disposal, and they have a huge future which is going back to, to where India is going to be the most successful nation in the next century. It belongs to India by any stretch of imagination. So I think the youth is where I think we should focus. Largest number of youth in the country. We have the intellectual capability and the capacity. We have tons of human resources and natural resources. How we can combine this all together and reach out to the leaders, not only in Silicon Valley, but across the globe, and see how we can get the knowledge base from there and put those good practices into place, and empower the youth to lead. A leader is somebody who can empower and provide them knowledge and enable them to become good leaders. And that is what is important for a big leader. I think that, and we'll do great. I have no doubt about it.